Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful Tuesday morning here in Austin, Texas. Just got done with a 10-mile run. Felt good, actually. I felt alive. That's the best way of explaining it. I felt alive. Thoughts on my mind this morning. This morning I was listening to I was listening to a podcast interview between Jay Shetty and he was interviewing Michael B. Jordan. And I absolutely loved that interview. And what's so interesting, it's not what I had planned to listen to in the midst of my run. I was actually going to listen to a sermon from Rock City Church. And as I was going into my YouTube, I saw that video. And it felt it was the right amount of time for my run. And I said, I'm going to listen to it. And let me tell you, I was not disappointed. I find out a lot that my intuition, something in me knows what's good for me. A lot of times it's the Holy Spirit. A lot of times it's this feeling that I need to go to something and I don't know specifically why. It almost feels crazy. But I was listening to that interview and it felt as if it was me speaking or he was speaking directly to me. Something about that feeling. If you ever get the chance, listen to it. I think it's a interesting representation of life. And I'll say this, it's an interesting representation of my life. I came to a point 3 or 4 years ago where I knew something was off, something was wrong. I knew that I'd hit rock bottom. And I was trying to figure out what it was. And so I just became curious about everything, listening to everything. It was also the moments that I finally surrendered to God. And in those moments, I could feel my purpose. And I could feel it, and I was nowhere near it. There was even no idea doing it. It was whatever. And I remember it was different conversations I was having. Have a conversation with my good brother, Hosea, having good conversations with my brother, Ed, my sibling, having conversations with my brother, Joe, and good friend, Stephanie. And they were just telling me to try things that I just never, I wasn't even willing to do it in those moments. But I said, you know what? Something that I did before wasn't working for me. Let's try something new. And then in the midst of all of that, then purpose just started becoming. It was like I knew who I was. I knew what I was supposed to do. And it seemed crazy. And I talk to people, what's going on? And they tell me that I'm crazy. And yet I know it. I know it deep down in my soul. I know what I'm supposed to do. And I know how uncomfortable it is to get to those spaces. Yet I say, you know what? What do I have to lose? And in the midst of that, I keep finding me in these new and incredible ways. And so when I hear something, when I listen to something, when I read something, and it touches something about who I am and knowing who I am, I dive right into it. It's an incredible space to be. Anyway, as always, be blessed today and every day. Talk to you soon. Peace.